All right, let's welcome on to the show Oakland/Vegas Raiders tight end,
My
Foster
guy.
Moreau.
My guy.
Proud Jesuit graduate, the only guy from Jesuit that we like in this building. I mean, what? Wait, what? What? Foster, what's up, brother? Sorry.
Whoa.
I was taking a shot at
boys?
Gordy Rush. I'm sorry.
How's it going, boys? How we doing?
Doing well. I mean, Jordy's very excited that we're having a full LSU number 18 edition of Hanging with Hester today.
Yeah, Jordy, do you have a beard right now?
I do, Foster. I do.
Thank God. It's unbearable.
I always remember your first touchdown in '84, bro. You looked great that day against Auburn, rocking that '84 and that first touchdown for LSU.
Yeah, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. You know, that I was actually just supposed to block on that play. But, you know, I'm glad you like that one more than any other one.
I like the ones you made at the end of your career, number 18, but that's a whole different subject there that Jordy knows nothing about, literally nothing about. Hey, I really wanted to have you on because right now, obviously, we know what's going on in the world, but when you play for the Raiders, like you were going to go back to Oakland. I remember we had a conversation. You said y'all were not moving yet. You were going to go back to Oakland for OTAs for the all season, and then it was going to be the move to Vegas. Has that changed any? Have y'all heard anything from the Raiders as far as where you're supposed to go if it does, in fact, start up again?
Well, if it does start up again, I assume the plans stay the same. But as of right now, I don't quite know, and I don't know what everyone else knows, so I'm not going to be the one to inform. You know what I mean?
For sure.
For sure.
How do you keep yourself in shape during this time away from the structure of being a football player?
So I got like a boxing heavy bag, you know, like an Everlast, and I actually put faces of Jordy on there. I won't lie, Jacob. I mean, we'll get off the call. I'll send you some pictures of my hands. I mean, Sometimes I take the gloves off and really just get into it with him.
Hey, bro, everybody's got a role, Foster. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
if mine is the off-season motivation to keep you motivated in the fall, whatever I got to do, man. Whatever I got to do.
It's not really motivation. It's more hatred.
Yeah.
Oof.
You know?
Yeah.
Just sheer, raw hatred.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, obviously I'm kidding.
No,
Jordy.
you're not.
One
No,
of
you're
my
not.
favorites.
No.
Yeah, you're one of my favorites. If I ever did listen to radio, I would listen probably to Jacob, and definitely not Moscona.
See, now I'm starting to like you again, bro.
Yeah.
like
Great
that.
content from
Yes.
Foster today.
Yes.
I mean, look, his legs were already long with me. They're growing longer by the second here. Hey, Foster, how many times have you FaceTime with Rich Bisaccia, the special teams coach there for the Raiders, in the last, let's say, week?
In the last week, I have FaceTimed him no time, but I have texted him and not gotten responses back, which is perfectly fine.
See,
He's a great guy, man. I miss Rich.
so Rich Bisaccia, Rich Bisaccia was my special teams coach out in San Diego. I was very fortunate to be a captain for Rich, and so we met every single day. When this is no lie, just because we have you on, I'm not telling this story. When everything started to break and coaches were away from their players, he is literally the first guy that I thought about because, one, he's just a great guy. He's one of the smartest football minds I've ever been around. But he likes to check in on his guys. Hey, how are you doing? Hey, what's going on in your life? It's not just about football. He was Foster, the first guy I thought about.
Yeah, I was texting with Mayak this morning. We were texting about a few players, and this sucks, man. Like it sucks so bad.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how bad it sucks until I can't go hang out and be with and learn from all these players, these coaches, like all this cool stuff that that we get to do. I miss it. You know, you're in season for around 25, 26 weeks. Like if you count the preseason, if you count all this stuff, right? So you're like, oh man, I can't wait for just a little break. But I mean, this is ridiculous. You can't do anything right now.
It was cool watching y'all in Hard Knocks and kind of getting an opportunity to see Gruden, the way that he interacts with his team and how much he loves the game. What was that guy like as a head coach in your first year?
Dude, exactly who you think he is, exactly how the media portrays him is exactly who he is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's energetic, he's vivacious, he loves ball, man. He just loves ball, and he loves us, you know. Just an incredible offensive mind that we're all blessed to have, and blessed to learn from, really. I mean, the dude is He's phenomenal. He's phenomenal, and he's a great coach, and we love him to death. We wouldn't give him up for anything.
You could tell that you were a great fit with them in Hard Knocks early on, that you were going to fit in, whether it was Mayock talking about it or Gruden behind the scenes. 21 catches, 5 touchdowns. If year 2 happens, which it looks like it's going to happen, what's the most thing you need to improve on from rookie to the next season?
Just continuing to slow the game down for yourself, and trusting your technique and really building on the foundations that I laid throughout the first year. So a lot of things that I needed to get better was I needed faster footwork blocking. I needed to get off the ball faster. That's actually a huge Jason Witten. That's actually a huge Jason Witten type advantage. Is no one really stresses ball get off anymore. I mean, they will for defensive ends and pass rushers, but I mean, you can get a real edge running a route if you're getting off the ball. You could be in the window at the right time, and the more you practice, I mean, Derek and I, we practice routes all the time. And I mean, that was one of my best, most productive routes.
It's a great point you make, and not only in the passing game, Foster, as you've probably already learned in the run game, because when you're in motion, when you're a true F and not a Y, if you can cheat, you have to do it, right? If you're in motion
Absolutely.
and you can inch to the line a little bit and get away with it, because, hey, the referee will give you –
blade of grass mentality,
yeah, there's no doubt. And the referee – he'll give you some leeway. He'll say, hey, you're trying to shave it off on that power a little bit. Hey, just be careful. But you have to do it because it's all about get off. It's all about I'm going forward while the other guy's standing still, and that matters in the run game as well.
Absolutely. Jordy, what you know about that?
Nothing. But the blade of grass sounds like a great coach term.
Oh, chip on your shoulder, blade of grass, weight room guy.
I mean, that sounds
Jack
like
of all trades,
Foster,
master
get
of
that
none.
blade of grass, son.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Bro, I'd imagine that you pick up some respect from your teammates in the pickup basketball arena. Who's the best pickup basketball player on the Raiders?
Who's the best pickup basketball player? Dude, I'd be pressed to say it's not Max Crosby. That dude. No, I'm not gonna lie. So the first week we're there, right? First week we're there. We're all in the locker room. I'm gonna give you a small taste of Max Crosby. So basically, we're all in there, and a guy's got a speaker, right? And he's just playing a beat. He's playing an instrumental, right? And Freestyle Friday is basically the day that I'm trying to portray right now. So Max just gets on and he starts freestyling for all these guys. First week, and Max is killing it, man. He is killing it.
Nice.
He's killing it. And so anything at that point that Max said that he could do, I automatically believed him. And so we went to like a theme park, and they had like a basketball goal, and Max was literally throwing down like windmills. And I was like, this is fun, man. You're going to be really good. And it turned out to be true.
So wait,
I don't want to say that I predicted it, but all of his success is directly correlated to me.
what was that rookie moment for you? Did they I mean, I saw where they pull you up and you got to sing the fight song in front of the group, or you got to sing a song, or you carrying pads. What was the rookie moment for you that stood out?
I sang first name Charlie, last name Wilson by Charlie Wilson.
Strong.
I was the first one to go.
I was too.
I did a fairly good job. I was the first one to go because I mean, as Jordy could tell, I do have a personality, much to the chagrin of some people who don't want you to have a personality when you're the new guy.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but I mean, if you have confidence and you own it, there's really no problem, especially if you perform.
Right.
Yeah, which is what I've always been told. So yeah, I was the first one to go. That's what I had to sing. Did fine. Did well. That wasn't that bad.
You knew Foster had the confidence early on when media allotment was given. He was always the guy that kept his shirt off long enough just so you could see the abs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He didn't have that regular six-pack. He had kind of that 8-9 pack, those side abs, that he'd leave the shirt off just long enough so everybody could see it.
Saw the bow tie at media days
we get it, bro.
a couple years ago.
We got it.
Oh, that's me?
Yeah.
That's me?
Yeah.
I can't even believe that.
No, it's not.
Maybe walk into the media room as I put my shirt on, but there's
Putting the shirt, hands through the hair, showing the locks. You know what I mean? The abs and the hair. We get it, bro.
He's jealous about the locks.
Difference.
I just saw some hatred in his eyes when he said the locks, and he ran his fingers through his hair.
Yeah, man.
Did he?
I'm more jealous about the hair than I am the abs.
Oh well, I mean, I can't grow it beneath the sideburns, so you got that on me right now.
Hey, I do want to ask you one more football question before we let you go. Of course, catching up with Foster Moreau, former LSU and current Raiders tight end. Y'all might have the most stacked tight end room in the NFL. When you go and you look at the 5 tight ends that y'all have on the roster right now, it is a loaded room. How much do y'all use that 13 personnel? How much do you use 3 tight ends? Because when I watched the Raiders last year, y'all probably used 13 personnel maybe more than any other team I've ever seen.
We definitely did. Yeah, we definitely did. So I'd be remiss if I didn't shout out who's not listening to this show, but I'd be remiss if I didn't shout out our tight end coach. His name's Frank Smith.
He could be listening. We're on CST now. We've made big moves, Foster. You don't know that.
Whoa, I don't believe that. I'll definitely tune in. I won't. So Frank is, he's one of the brightest young offensive minds in football. He's an incredible coach, and he's extremely dedicated to his craft. And without him, I don't really know he's the engine, and we got 4 wheels. We're great Goodyear, Bridgestone, Fire-built, whatever type tires. Like, we're getting the job done. 4-wheel drive, all that stuff. But Frank definitely makes it go. Now, you get down to who we have in the room, and it's just a bunch of special guys. So to start off, we have Darren Waller. He is a freak show. He will always be a freak show. We call him the Big Drink. We don't know why we call him the Big
I was
Drink.
like, yeah.
But Gruden called him Big Drink, and it's a fun thing to say, especially when the person you're saying it to doesn't like being called that. So we call him Big Drink, and then we have Derek Carrier, who is, he's special teams wise, there's no better. I don't know how many tight ends that you know, Jacob, that run like true tight ends that can run down on special teams.
Right.
But he could do it all, man. He's our Swiss Army knife. And we just acquired Witten, which is, that's so cool, especially for me. I've watched every game Witten's played in the past 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
And studied it, watched all of his ball get off, and tried to take a lot of tips and tricks. Which is such a cool experience. And then you go and we get Nick O'Leary, right?
Yep.
Yeah, right.
From Buffalo?
I think he was last in Miami, right?
Oh, okay. But he went to Florida State. That's Jack Nicklaus's grandson.
Yeah.
It's funny. Yeah, it's funny you say that. Got a couple of stories about guys telling me about Nick O'Leary, but I actually went to a recruitment visit to Florida State. It was an unofficial visit, but I had met him with the no gloves, tape on the fingers, and I was like, this guy's awesome. Back when Florida State was really popping, and now they're trash. But that's a story for another day.
They are. But LSU's great. I gotta get this from you on the way out. The tight end started to reemerge at LSU with your senior season. Now Thad Moss has a great junior year and a national championship run. What did you think about his season and how that position has evolved in LSU's offense?
Man, I was so proud of Thaddeus. Man, he really is battle tested. Thad's a great friend of mine and someone who came, immediately from when he came in. My senior year, we were supposed to run a lot of 12 personnel. We were supposed to run a lot of 12, and Thad could be our flex guy, and I could be in line. And guys really couldn't mess with us because if you put nickel out there, we're just going to run it down your throat. So the fun part about it for me was seeing him like overcome injury and come back and just go climb the mountaintop and just take it all the way home, man. That was really cool, man. I was really happy to see that for Thaddeus. He's an exceptional man, and I can't wait to see what he does in the pros.
Foster Moreau, you're the man. I appreciate you hopping on. Think a lot about you, even though Jordy Culotta doesn't.
Love you, bro. Thank you.